Media has always been a mirror of identities and expressions. It reveals various human experiences and insights through different texts. It has always influenced how men and women should act and behave in our society. It has motivated the different possibilities of living and even loving. Today we will talk about something that's queer. Yes, you've heard it right. Queer means strange, weird, oblique. It was first used as a slur to the LGBTQ plus community, but it was reclaimed and used as an affirmation after. Queer theory was largely derived from post-structuralist theory and talks about deconstruction in particular. It aims to shed light on the issues of identities outside the heteronormative system power. It seeks to deconstruct our heteronormative notion of gender, sexuality, and desire. You will understand it better later in our discussion as we move on. Now, how do we use queer theory to critique a media text? Let me help you. Perhaps we are all familiar with the phenomenal noontime show love team that captured the heart of every Filipino audiences with their wits and pabebe moves. The Out of Love team starring Alden Richard and Maine Mendoza, also known as Yaya Dub, of the KalyeSerye's of GMA7's Eat Bulaga. But we will not be focusing on the couple. Instead, we'll zero into the characters vital to the interesting twist of the narrative, the three Lolas. Lola Nidora, played by Wally Bayola, Lola Tidora, played by Paolo Ballesteros, and Lola Tinidora, played by Jose Manalo. Using queer theory, we will find out how the three Lolas try to subvert heteronormativity with their drag performance. We will also analyze how their performativity as the three Lolas produce or reproduce identities and the relation of these identities to the grand narrative of KalyeSerye. Let's do this short and sweet. I'll give you 3 basic tips in doing queer analysis. Tip number 1. Look at the relationship and power relations between characters portrayed in the text. On KalyeSerye, we see how Yaya Dub answers to the three Lolas. The three Lolas has power over Yaya Dub because of their age and position as adoptive grandparents. Even Alden was obedient to the three Lolas, especially he is courting Yaya Dub. They seem to purposefully drive the narrative and controls Yaya Dub and Alden. Yet, to whom do they answer? Let us not forget that KalyeSerye exists in the world of the Dabber Gods. Tito, Vic, and Joey still play as the overall authority of the series. The three Lolas answer to them as well. We see how cisgender male characters are in the position of power, getting hold of the entire narrative. Tip number 2. Survey the expression of the characters and how they relate or divert to the heteronormative practices. The three Lolas were played by 3 male actors, but the level of embodiment are different per character. Lola Nidora is portrayed to be feminine with little imprints of masculinity. She is the prim and proper, strict, and short-tempered. Lola Tidora was the most feminine of all. She exhibits this by wearing shorter skirts and moving fancier than the other two. Lola Tinidora showed the greatest level of masculinity. She is very clumsy at times. She tends to be playful and free-spirited. The issue lies on supporting and suppressing these characteristics. The three is mostly observed and directed as feminine, subscribing to the heteronormative standards of being a conservative Lola. They even restricted Yaya Dub to act in a particular way because they believe that's how women should behave in the society. Tip number 3. Review the produced identities. Investigate on what this reveal about the operations of the dominant system in our case, and in most cases, the patriarchy. The identities produced were actually reproductions. The three Lolas just reflected the existence of heteronormative grandmothers who's just more adept at pop culture. The three Lolas protected by their bodyguards called Rohelios. This reinforces the notion that men are designed to protect women. The three Lolas are consciously in favor of Alden for Maine because Alden exemplifies the straight, white, rich, gentleman image, the ideal bay ng bayan. The grand narrative of KalyeSerye is a fairy tale and soap opera trope wherein boy meets girl, challenges happen, and they live happily ever after. Just like the common stories we see, the non-binary characters will always be at the side, supporting the leads, adding some spice to the story. With this in our hands, we go back to our questions. The three Lolas fail in subverting heteronormative because first, although they are in position of power over others, they do not use this to change the system they live by. They still answer to Tito, Vic, and Joey. At the end of the day, the call will always be on the three guys. Second, although they were performing drag and exhibiting queer performance, this does not form diversion and protest to the normative. The diversions, instead of trying to shake the foundation of patriarchy, are being co-opted to appropriate and promote patriarchal ideals. Third, their performativity as three Lolas played a vital role in orchestrating the same old narrative that stereotypes, discriminates, and marginalizes the LGBTQ+ community. Hope you learned something from this discussion. Next time you watch another KalyeSerye or any other show, remember to look, survey, and investigate. At the end of the day, everyone should learn to love and respect one another regardless of their orientation, identity, or expression.